Rolling in the sound of speeding. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for, November 4th, 2021. On today's episode, I don't really give a fuck about this podcast anymore. Fucking intro and the freestyle, cause you know it's Big Drew on the thing, and then fucking go. Hi, welcome to another episode of This Week with Drew for Thursday, November 4th, 2021. What's going on? How are you? On today's episode, this is the last fucking podcast I'm going to do ever for YouTube. And yeah, we might as well just fucking talk about it. Doesn't even matter because nobody fucking listens to this shit. You know, I thought... For the longest time, I was like, whatever, I'm just going to keep doing this and it's going to be for me and it's going to be fun and I'm just going to fucking whatever, do it and not look at the numbers. But at some point, it's just like, 7 views. Like, how much time can I put in for Like, I appreciate the 7 people that watch this, like Andre and Colette. Like, I really appreciate you guys. I appreciate the fucking... You guys always coming out to support me on my live shows whenever I'm in Northern Alberta and also hooking it up on the Patreon. You guys don't have to do that. I really appreciate it. Honestly, the only reason I was still doing this Thursday episode of the YouTube thing was because of the Patreon people, which right off the bat, this is not part of the thing, but Anthony, Blair, Joel, Kunal, Nick and Mac, Bubba, Marnus, Bryce, Taryn, and Colette and Andre was the reason why I was doing the video podcast. I felt financially obligated to you guys because you're giving me $5 a month on the Patreon, and I'm not uploading really any fucking bonus content on the Patreon. Maybe a little bit here and there, but nothing that would really make it worthwhile. So I was seeing it as like you guys were just stoked on the show, and you were doing to show your love to me, which I will always appreciate. For some reason, though, whatever resonated with you guys did not resonate with the larger public. So I don't know what it is. I don't know what happened. I don't know. Terry, fuck off. I don't know what resonated with you guys that doesn't resonate with the general population. But I just ran the full analytics on everything, and there's 7. I understood the YouTube views were going to be low because it's YouTube and whatever, but now that I was never actually running analytics on this thing. I was just kind of just putting it up there, and then I was looking at the SoundCloud numbers. When I actually ran true analytics on that, I found out that the SoundCloud numbers were being artificially inflated by a fucking robot farm in Germany, in Brussels. So what I was under the assumption was that we had aggregate downloads of like 400 unique listeners a week, when it turns out it's fucking 11. Like, nobody's even listening to this right now. Like, that's the crazy part. Is I know Nick and Mac are going to be listening to this, and maybe Joel in a couple weeks. But I just can't fucking keep doing this for no one, because this is a podcast about nothing. And this is what I'm starting to realize, is that I initially knew this was a podcast about nothing, but I thought Jerry Seinfeld did a show about nothing. Whatever. It should just be the fact that people are down with me and my point of view and whatever the fuck I have to say and whatever. And I thought if I kept chipping away at that, for we're coming up on 3 years now. January will be year 3. And I think that's a good enough experiment, especially with the YouTube thing. So, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. This is the fucking last Thursday show. Nobody gives a fuck. I'm sorry. If you do enjoy this show, you can send me a message. And if you really, really, really like this show and you're sad that I'm done on the YouTube, like if you really like it and you're sad that I'm done, then send me a message. And I will do a Zoom call with you where we can personally just chat and fucking I can get out whatever I'm going to get out. But yeah, this morning I was like, oh man, I'm so fucking busy. I got to do this Thursday show on YouTube. And I was like, nobody's watching. Maybe, and I was like, should I just go back to I was like thinking, I'm just going to go to audio only podcast because it's number one, it's a lot fucking easier. And number two, I'm like, well, the SoundCloud is telling me I'm getting 400 downloads an episode, and this YouTube is giving me 7. So then I was like, well, let me run the analytics on SoundCloud, and it turns out that it's a fucking bot farm in Brussels, Germany. I'm like, why do I have 380 listeners? Hello, Terry. Okay, bye. I'm like, why do I have 380 listeners in Brussels, Germany? And it's like, well, you don't. You have 20. So I don't know what the fuck happened, honestly. I claimed I was going to do this forever, shouting into the void forever, but eventually your voice gets tired, man. And it's like, what the fuck am I even doing this for? Like, why do I even do this? Nobody's even listening. Like, fuck off, Terry. Like, why the fuck do I even do this? Nobody's listening to this. There's no point in doing this. I need to dedicate my efforts to something else, to something where I have a chance of fucking success. Because if I would have took 3 fucking years and plugged that into, something else, who knows? Maybe a podcast with a point. Who knows? And I made that joke on here before, and I was bolstered by the fact that I saw this fucking bot farm, but I'm just like choked this morning. I realized, I was like, oh, this, like, for all the time I've been doing comedy and for all the amount of people I've ever met and anybody, it's just like fucking 11, 20 people. Like, I can't, like, and it's just like, so what am I even doing then? It's just like, I know I'm good at stand-up. I know I'm good at this sort of shit. But why am I fucking wasting my time with this? I don't know. What do I fucking put this talent? Is it even a talent? Have I just been kidding myself this whole time that I'm actually funny? Because watching my friends blow up in stand-up, and to some extent, some of them podcasting, but more so stand-up, has been really like, well, what the fuck, man? Like, what am I doing wrong? And I know what I'm doing wrong. It's because I don't have a fucking unique perspective, or at least any perspective on anything. And I try to think, like, what's my perspective? Like, what do I actually want to say? And all I can think of is that everybody is stupid and nothing matters. Like, isn't that sad? The only fucking... Is that the only way that I feel? Like, I can't actually feel like everybody's stupid and nothing matters, but that's how I feel. And that's how I feel like if I had one thing to say, it would be that everybody is stupid and nothing matters. And why do I feel like that? That's a fucking shitty way to feel about life. But look what the fuck's going on right now. You just have the COP26 climate summit of just a bunch of fucking Leonardo DiCaprio flying in and a bunch of fucking rich assholes jerking each other off about how they're going to fix the problem that they created. And it's just like, and that's just the tip of the fucking iceberg, man. Not to mention, like, I don't know, just the increasing, like, just look at money, man. Like, oh, Doug Ford, I live in Ontario. He just fucking jacked up minimum wage to $15 an hour. Like, oh, great. Like 15 fucking bucks an hour. Like, great. Like, nobody can even live off that in this province. Like, they literally did, like, nobody can even live off that. I don't know. It's just the greed in this society is just like getting to me. And it's just like the point of like, okay, so yeah, I'm a fucking musician and I'm a comedian and I'm an artist. And it's just like, so what do I make? And then why? And for who and for what? And it's just like, I don't know what the point of view is. Like, this podcast right now is obviously just this therapy session, but like, and I have assumed of the 8 people who even fucking listen to this, I might have had 9 of them fucking drop off. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like I could sit here and fucking say anything. I love Hitler. Fucking A. Great guy. Wish he could have done more. Like, I literally fucking could say anything because I have this corner of the internet that nobody fucking comes to. Oh, man. So this is the fucking last one, man. I can't just do this anymore for no fucking reason. So I have to refocus, right? I need to refocus my energy and my talent and my abilities on something that's going to work, or at least net me some sort of fucking, I don't do anything for money, but it'd be nice to, I do it for success, man. That's why I do things, is I fucking want to be successful. And I want to be successful because that is an indicator of my self-worth. And that I won't be able to feel like a self-worthy person until I experience success. And that my self-worth is tied to success. That's what it is. And why is that? I don't know why that is. I don't know why my self-worth is tied to my success. But especially as an artist. I don't know. Promotional consideration for This Week with Drew is provided by our Patreons. Would you act like... Anthony, Blair, Joel, Nick, and Mac, Bubba, Marnus, Bryce, Taryn, Kunal, and Colette and Andre. Thank you so much for everything. I want to keep doing it for you guys because that is a list of people that fucks with me. And part of me is like, well, why does it have to be bigger for you to fucking do that? Like, what's wrong with you that you can't be happy with the fact that you have 11 fucking people that really fuck with your shit? Why does it have to be 1,000? And then when it gets to 1,000, is it going to have to be 10,000? Is it going to have to be 100,000? Is it going to have to be 1,000,000? When's it going to be enough for you? And that's the question I'm asking myself is, why can't I be happy out of fucking 11 people that fuck with my shit? Why does it have to be more? And the reason why I think it has to be more is, like I said before, is my self-worth is tied to my success, and my success is tied to my views. So by the transitive properties of fucking life, my self-worth is tied to my views. So how do I break that? Well, I fucking can't, because that is a measure of how well that I'm doing in my career, because stand-up is no longer stand-up. It's now a hybrid model of digital content creator who comes to your town live. It's not a stand-up comedian who does funny things on the internet. It's a person who does funny things on the internet that comes to your town. And this is what the funny thing I make on the internet. Real fucking funny, right? So, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck to do. Dean Blundell fucking really bummed me out yesterday. Like, I've been fucking yelling into the air for no one. For no one. I don't know what to do, honestly. I don't know. Send me a message if you know what I should do. Because, as much as I want to keep doing this, I can't for nobody. I can't for 10 people. I don't know. What is my line? Is it 20? Is that enough? No. Is 100 enough? Maybe. 100 fucking Patreons giving me $5 a month. Is that enough? $500 a month? I don't know. Maybe. Is 1,000? Now we're starting to talk about 1,000 true fans. Now there's something I can do. But, year over year, if like my mom pointed this out to me, bro, fuck. But if like the best podcast numbers you ever did was on your first episode, then you got a fucking problem, right? And I figured that since my podcast is super niche and it's just based on me, and it's for people who are fans of my stand-up, to keep them fed until I come through to their town again, well, then you're never going to fucking get anywhere with your podcast. And then, I don't know. And like King Tut's, I love them. KingTutsCannabis.com. Use the promo code Drew for 10% off your order. But even that was a fucking scam. It was Killer Cats people who were using my promo code. Not even you guys. Like, there was one time where they're like, oh, we had 300 Drews promo codes this week. And I was like, or this month. And I was like, no way. I got that many people. Maybe. I was like, maybe. But no. There's like 3 or 4 of you who buy dope from King Tuts. And it was fucking Killer Cats people. Which they're still hooking it up, because if it wasn't for me, they wouldn't be in influencer marketing. But it was a fucking lie to begin with. Which I didn't even know. Which, I mean, whatever. I guess that's still good for them, because it ended up being as a result of my fucking around post my with them anyways. So it is through the transitive properties again, my fault. But, you know, I'm going to keep... I don't know. I got to do something different, though. I got to do something fucking different. The Monday show's not going to stop. I like doing the Monday show because it's easy, and because I do feel like I want to check in with you guys every week and tell you what the fuck's been going on with me, and I like playing guitar at the end. And I just like podcasting into a microphone. I like it. So, and it only takes me, like, the thing is with this fucking show, I got to set all this fucking crap up, and then I got to go, and then I got to sync it all up. And it doesn't take a lot of time, but it can take 2 hours sometimes, just between my decision to do this and the fucking clicking upload and finishing it. It can take 2 hours sometimes, which is not an inconsiderable amount of time. So, you know, if I'm going to spend an entire workday a month on a podcast that, you know, with as many viewers as hours as I spend on it, less than that, you know, if it takes me more hours to make a podcast than the amount of people who are going to watch it, then there's a problem there. So I don't know. Maybe you could tell me what the fuck happened, or why you like this podcast, and what about it resonates with you, so I can take those elements and maybe put them on to something else. But, yeah, or why you think it never resonated with the larger market, or why you don't share this podcast. I know it's not on to you, but sometimes, like, it's and I let me rephrase that. Why this podcast doesn't get shared. And it's not on you to share it, you know. It's about the I know when I share content, it's not because someone asked me, it's because someone is doing something that I like, and I want other people to see it. So, you know, it is what it is. That's the end of the show. That's the end of fucking the YouTube experiment this week with Drew. So thank you, everybody. Whoever listened on YouTube, whoever clicked on my YouTube channel, whoever watched. Yeah, I don't know what happened, but we lost them along the way. We never had them in the first place. Yeah. That's it.